Hey, Maggie, honey. You're not a picture of joy. What's the problem?
Kids were making fun of me at school.
Really? What'd they say?
They made fun of me because I was coughing. And they started making fun of me and saying that I was going to die and I was such a loser because I was coughing. And they were just being rude. And it was...
Well, honey, I'm so sorry. Do you see that as more your problem or more those kids' problem? I mean, do you kind of think you're a loser, or do you think those kids have a problem?
Well, they must have a point if everyone's pointing at me and calling me a loser.
Is everyone calling you a loser?
All the kids were at school.
All the kids, Maggie? There must be one kid that doesn't think you're a loser. What's my point, Maggie? There's going to be a lot of people that make fun of you now and then in life. It's going to happen. And what you got to decide, sweetheart, honestly, is whether it's their problem and they've got problems talking that way, sweetheart, or whether you have problems. I mean, that's where it's at. I hurt your feelings, didn't it?
Yeah.
What kind are the kids who called you that? Are they the type of kid that you'd like to be just like them and call people those names, or do you think that's not quite where life is at?
I don't want to be like them.
Well, I'm so glad, because guess what? You're not. So that's good. So, honey, you're going to have to decide when you run into tough times whether you can cope with that or whether you give in to it. I mean, that's a choice. You got to decide whether you feel bad for yourself or sorry for them. Which would you prefer?
Feeling sorry for them.
Well, I think that sounds better. Why don't you look at me and say, Dad, I'm sorry they're such dorks. Try that. Say that.
Dad, I'm sorry they're such dorks.
I'm sorry too, Maggie. I am sorry too. They do have problems, and I hope they get over it. But I wouldn't let that affect the way you feel about yourself. You know, everybody at the time, half the nation called Lincoln really stupid and really dumb, and they hated him, but he didn't take it to heart, right?
Right.
So you have to decide what you're going to take to heart, right? It's fun talking to you, Maggie.